Welcome, friends. I'm Christy Gandera with Happy Hive Homeschooling. Welcome to this workshop I've called Discover the Spark. I'm going to give you an easy framework to jumpstart child-led learning in your homeschool. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a former teacher, school administrator, and homeschool mom who is passionate about helping moms just like you use child led learning to connect on a deeper level with their kids without sacrificing academics. Are you ready to dive in? Let's get started. I'm so glad you're here. I know your to-do list is long and your days are full. So thank you for carving out this time for yourself and for your children. You're here because you've heard that child-led learning is powerful and magical. But I bet you're thinking, how do I use child-led learning when I don't know what my child's interests are? Here's the truth. You're just overloaded. Life is busy, and trying to find that spark, the things your kids are passionate about and interested in, can feel impossible when you're juggling everything. But tonight, we're going to lighten that load and make it simple. Let's start with a little reality check. If you've tried child-led learning and it hasn't worked, it's not a failure. It's probably because the way you've been told to apply child-led learning practices wasn't actually helpful. You might be asking your kids open-ended questions too soon. Things like, "What do you want to learn today, sweetheart?" usually results in just blank stares and silence. You also might be waiting for a big passion to appear, like your children are suddenly going to declare that they're destined to be an engineer, a professional ball player, or a teacher. Sometimes you've been led to believe that child-led learning has to look academic, but sometimes the spark is Minecraft or mud pies and not Latin roots. Another area is you may assume your child is uninterested, but I'm here to remind you that silence doesn't equal disinterest. Sometimes we get trapped in trying so many things with no structure that both mom and kids end up exhausted. Now, if you've nodded along to any of these, you're not alone and you're not doing it wrong. You just don't have a framework yet. And get out your notebook. This is what you're about to learn. Welcome to the S.P.A.R.K framework. This is the heart of our time together. A simple 5-step way for you to discover your child's interests without stress. S. Start with exposure. Kids can't love what they haven't seen. Exposure is like opening doors. Use books, holidays, YouTube videos, a new board game. Just a little doorway, just a little spark into possibility. P. Pay gentle attention. Look for energy, curiosity, and joy, not mastery. If your kids are smiling, asking questions, or even forgetting the clock exists, that's the spark. A. Ask different questions. Instead of the dreaded, "What do you want to learn? What should we do today?" Try asking questions that pull curiosity out naturally. For example, you might consider, "What was the funniest thing you saw today? Would you like to build that again, but bigger?" Or even you could ask, "Do you want to try that in a different way?" R. Rotate. Don't overcommit. You don't have to study pirates for a full month. Rotate ideas in and out. It's like rotating toys. If your kids are bored with the Barbies, it's time to put the Barbies on the shelf and introduce them to building blocks. A fresh spark feels new and exciting. but you're not drowning in unfinished problems. And finally, the K in the S.P.A.R.K framework is to keep it light. This one's my favorite because sparks don't need to grow into year-long studies. Some sparks will fizzle, and that's fine. Following fizzles teaches kids how to explore, and then following flames shows them how to dig deeper. The S.P.A.R.K method works because it's forgiving. You don't need the perfect interest. You just need little sparks of joy. And you can start noticing these sparks in your kids tonight. Okay, let's try this together. Get your notebook if you have one nearby. If you don't, you can just think quietly for a minute. Think back to today. What did your child ask about? If they didn't ask anything, what did they talk about? What have your kids been pretending or playing lately? Are they pretending they're in a great battle of World War II? Are they pretending that they're a princess in a medieval castle? When was the last time they were truly absorbed in something? Those little moments, that's where the spark lives. Now, you might be thinking, this is great, but how do I keep finding sparks without burning myself out? Well, you don't have to do it alone. That's exactly why I created the Busy Bees Holiday Hub. Inside the hub, I have done for you resources and open-ended ideas that help ignite the sparks. Some are big sparks, some are small, but each one has the potential to open doors and create joy. Look, the Busy Bees Holiday Hub isn't here to replace your curriculum. It's here to enrich it, to give you those ready-made sparks so you can focus on enjoying the journey with your kids. Connection over content. If you've been in my world for any amount of time, you know I'm all about holidays. Holidays, birthdays, anniversaries, they provide us with some of the most memorable times in our life. So why not weave those seamlessly into our homeschool? The Busy Bees Holiday Hub has a section of traditional holidays and seasonal activities. I've also included ideas for using wacky holidays as learning sparks. For example, next week is National Farmers Day, Silly Sayings Day, and Oscar the Grouch's birthday. These simple bite-sized sparks are designed to make any day feel special without over-planning. You can celebrate Oscar the Grouch's birthday by pretending to be grouchy and saying grouchy things to each other all day. Watch how quickly the giggles begin. Inside the Busy Bees Holiday Hub, I also have a collection of video lessons that help encourage independence, make excellent sub-plans if you're sick, and are fun for multiple ages. Now, you might be wondering how I support you, the homeschool mom, with things inside the Busy Bees Holiday Hub. Well, professional growth is required of most classroom educators, and inside the hub, you get workshops and resources you need to grow as a home educator. I have a full library of workshops for every need you could think of. But my favorite part of the hub are Coffee with Christy calls. This is where we bounce ideas around. You get to tap into my experience as a classroom teacher, school administrator, and homeschool mom. You're getting customized advice to you, your children, and the special circumstances of your unique homeschool. I'm sure you're wondering how much all of this will cost you, especially the customized support. But friend, it's only $12.95 a month. That's less than $4 a week. I don't think you can even get a fancy coffee for that price anymore. This is a dynamic, engaging membership where you'll find everything you need to get started igniting those sparks. Maybe you came here tonight feeling overwhelmed, doubting if you could even find things your kids are interested in. And I want you to leave knowing this. You don't have to find the sparks. You just have to notice and nurture them. You can do this, homeschool mama. And I can't wait to help you inside the Busy Bees Holiday Hub. We both know that every child has a unique learning style, and they might dive deep, they might bounce from topic to topic, they might be cautiously interested, or they're just beginning to explore. So I created these 24 learning sparks to help honor how your children learn while helping you gently guide them into new areas of curiosity. With just one prompt, you can stretch any current interest into reading, math, science, history, art, and more without derailing excitement. These prompts will help you spark curiosity and conversation around your child's favorite topic. It will help you connect their interests to new skills and subject areas naturally. These cards also help you add variety without adding pressure or complexity. So, let me give you an example of the prompts inside. You might ask, what's something most people don't know about? And insert whatever it is their topic are. So, what's something most people don't know about Legos? Another card says, design a flag, a logo, or a costume based on, maybe this one could be a book they read or a movie they watched that they were excited about. And a third option says, write a story where blank has to solve a problem. Now, there are 24 different learning sparks, and this one simple printable, you'll be able to notice, nurture, and expand your child's curiosity confidently. The Learning Sparks printable is yours free for joining me today. Thank you so much for joining me to learn how to use the S.P.A.R.K framework to ignite child-led learning in your homeschool. I look forward to continuing to help you homeschool, and I'll see you inside the Busy Bees Holiday Hub. Take care, friends.